How's it going today, guys? In today's video we're going to be doing something fun and hope you enjoy it. We're not going to be hunting or fishing or anything today. What we're going to be doing is hooking up two Helix 9 G2N graphs. I just got these when I was back home. We're going to be hooking them up to the boat today. It's kind of a crappy day outside, but it's not raining or anything. It's about 60 degrees down here in Texas, so we're going to put these things on. We might have to drill some extra holes into the Skeeter today, and then I got that extra Helix 7 that I might be mounting up front or in the back, so we're kind of going to go over how we're going to do this. Yesterday we put on the power poles for the boat, as you can see right here. We put them on. Now I'll go over more of these later. The reason why I didn't shoot a video on these is that it took us 8 hours to complete, and it was a lot harder because I have an older style jack plate. So when I do the tutorial of the Skeeter here, I'll go over all that stuff and make it a little bit longer video. But today's video is just going to be on putting the graphs on. This will only be my second time ever putting these kind of graphs on. The first time was when me and my grandpa put the Helix 7 on, but me and my great uncle down here in Texas, we're going to try and put these on. At least get them hooked up the right way. I'm missing an Ethernet cord that will make these two be able to talk to each other from front to back. So I'll have to get that, but we want to get the hardware in, transducers in, and stuff like that. So hope you guys enjoy this video. So we're going to open the box here. That's kind of how it comes, with a little egg carton design. One tray, two trays. I like to keep the boxes in case I ever resell this stuff, and to keep the paperwork and stuff in. It's kind of cumbersome because these boxes are pretty big, but it's worth it in the end. So what we got in the bottom tray is the head unit itself. We're not going to worry about that too much yet. Our biggest problem, not problem, but the biggest thing we're going to have to worry about is these power cords and the big transducer and stuff. Also the mounting bracket. And this is a metal plate, since this transducer is a lot bigger than the other one. The Helix 7 had a plastic bracket. This one's got a metal bracket. And then this has something to do with plugging into the back end, but we're gonna have to worry about the power cord. Obviously we're gonna have to hook this into the battery somehow, and in the back here there's a main power cord that goes back to the battery, so we just have to hook it into that power cord. I think we're gonna hook the back one up first, because I also need to get a trolling motor transducer for the trolling motor and replace that one. So we're going to hook the back one up first and see how this goes. So we're putting on the transducer here, and if you can see this here, there's a master blue cord that hooks all the other electronics up underneath the dash. And we take this transducer cord with the end of it that'll go in the back of the depth finder, and we electrical tape it here, and then the plan is to pull it all the way up underneath the dash there, and then we can be able to hook it up. So we'll see if this works. I know. Scare people off. I know. Alright, one thing you want to make sure you do is run this thing.
No, it's only screwed up.
I did screw up. Put this through the hole and then to the blue wire.
You didn't listen to your uncle.
I didn't listen to my uncle. Tried to do it by myself. And then we're going to put it in here, run it through here, then hook it up to the blue wire and pull the front. So we got it all the way to the dash, and then we would have no way to get it to the back of the boat. So we're going to do it all over again, the right way. What's up, guys? We're out here on day 2 of putting these depth finders on. Yesterday we ran into some problems and didn't film much of it, but so far that you guys seen, we've connected or got the transducer cord here. We got this run all the way through, connecting it to that blue wire underneath. It's kind of a mess of wires, but following that blue wire, which is a master power wire to go back to the batteries, we wired in the power switch here, which is not connected yet to this big bracket piece. And right now what I've kind of been doing this morning, already is this is the old transducer and cable from the Helix 7. I took the other power switch out yesterday. It's laying in here. Right here. There's the power cord for that one. They're all still good and everything, and I'm going to be selling this Helix 7 if anybody wants it, you can get in contact with me. It's a Helix 7 SI Gen 1. It's just not going to work with these other depth finders that I have. I thought maybe I'd get it to work. It looked pretty professional with 3 units, but it's just not going to work. So this morning, and another thing, just before we get on, read instructions, because I already messed up this morning without really paying attention to the instructions. As you can see here, I got the bracket that's going to go on the back of the boat. I had this flipped around and it wouldn't fit, so obviously, and I couldn't get the other screws in for some reason. So, well, when you go back and read the directions, it comes out it's supposed to go on like this. So we're going to be putting this on the back of the boat, and once we get that on and ready to roll, the next step is to get the one mounted up front, and that one's going to be a little tougher. I don't know how I want to mount with the brackets and stuff. Like I said, I got these two heavy-duty ram mounts, and up front it's going to be pretty tall. So I haven't decided on that, but this is kind of what the boat looks like here. Just kind of a mess with cords and zip ties and other stuff. So we're going to get it fixed today. Right now we got the plate for the transducer up, and now we got to drill holes in the back of the boat, and I'm not too happy about this. I tried to figure out a way to get it mounted on the jack plate, but since I have an old style block jack plate, I even went to Bass Pro yesterday, and the technician guy in the back of the shop said there's no way to mount it on the jack plate, so that way I have to drill holes. So we're going to be drilling 2 more holes in the back end using the existing holes of the old depth finder, so that way we don't have to drill 3 brand new holes. So we're going to be reusing those and get it mounted. I know it's tough to drill holes in my baby, but you know, otherwise we won't have the depth finder, so we're going to do that here. That was pretty difficult, but as you can see here, we got it all on. Ran the wire up, and along with all these other wires here. Put this back on, ran it through. That runs all the way through here and up here, and here's our cord. And yesterday we were able to mount this big ram mount and hook these other stuff, this bracket to the ram mount here. Open it up. Slide it on. Tighten her up. And then you can obviously play with the adjustments or whatever to move this head down. And then this whole piece, kind of like a seat belt in my opinion, goes and just, there's 2 rivets in each side. Buckles in like a seat belt. Go back here, turn the power switch on, hop in the cockpit, get the protector off, ta-da! Cameras are always dirty. Put 1 waypoint on this unit, and then it's going to be able to send that information up front. And we had to get Ethernet cord and 2 what are they called, dongles, that are going to plug into the back of these to send each other's information. And so now I have to run the Ethernet cord in that rod locker all the way to the front. It'll be fun. We're back here to the front, and like I said, we got the back one all ready to go, and now we're up front, and we pulled this dash mount apart, followed the old wire here to the power source here, and I have soldered these 2 together. We're going to electrical tape and wrap them up, and then we got the power cord for the front one, And then the next thing to do is run the Ethernet cord along the side. We're going to do that, and we're probably going to run out of sunlight by the time I get all that stuff hooked up. So tomorrow we'll be out here, and we're going to have to modify the transducer on the trolling motor. The reason being, the new Mega imaging that I've got, you know, this depth finder is a Mega imaging, and Humminbird hasn't even come out with the bracket for the trolling motor yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to jerry rig a trolling motor bracket, not necessarily a bracket, but we're going to put the Hull transducer on the bottom of this trolling motor here, and we're going to hope that works. We're going to be using everything that is given in the package except for the mount that goes to the transom, and we're going to use hose clamps for that. So that'll be tomorrow. But right now I'm going to take, I'm going to move all these boxes here, but I'm going to take, let's see, where's the 20-foot Ethernet cord, and again, it needs to run here. I'm going to open this rod locker, and it's going to run all along here, and it's going to pop out this hole, and it's going to be able to plug into the back of that depth finder. So that's what I'm going to do right there. Alright guys, it's day 3 of putting these depth finders on. Again, not full days, just kind of half days, but today we're going to get it done. We're going to get it done. Now the problem is that I discussed to you before, Humminbird does not have a bracket for the trolling motor, but what they do have is that bracket that you've seen me put on the other day here, that goes here. So what we're going to do is take hose clamp, we're going to put the hose clamp between the bracket and the transducer, and then we're going to hose clamp that to the bottom. Right, we got the screws in there and everything, got on the trolling motor. It was really tough to film that, but I'll kind of walk you through it. I had pulled the trolling motor up, and then I got that bracket on there with the 2 hose clamps. Transducer here, I haven't taken the plastic off. And then this cord, transducer cord, is going to run up the shaft of the trolling motor here, and then you tape it to here, about down to here. It's about halfway, it's about 3/4 way down the trolling motor controller shaft, and then it's going to break off right here. It's going to run underneath, and it's already connected here, and we're going to put the unit on there. Alright, that took a little bit longer than expected, but again, I got all this this taped up here. I need to tape this here quick, but then look at this. I got it mounted where I wanted it. Things looking good. Got all the straps here. We're going to take care of this problem sometime. I'll get it all figured out. But the thing is, when I plugged this in up front, it didn't want to work. Checked the soldering that we did yesterday and figured out tape. Like I said, you got to separate the positive, negative. Look through it, and found out that the breaker, not the breaker, fuse. That's what it is. The fuse. Between the two had blown, so no wonder it wasn't turning on. We replaced the fuse. We're good to go. So we got that one up front, and as you can see, this is a mess. I hate having my boat a mess. I just hate it. So I'm gonna clean up all the trash, put all that stuff away, and then we're gonna see if we can link up the depth finders and stuff. So there you have it. It took me a lot longer than I thought it would. I know I should have just taken one good day of getting it all rigged up, but sometimes plans change. So a little bit of recap, like we did before. Transom transducer back there, ran through up to here, power cord up to here, ran back to the battery, and get this thing turned the way I want it to. And there we have it. We have one Helix 9 Gen 2 up here, another one mounted up there, and now they're going to be able to talk to one another so I can send information up front. So if I'm the biggest thing I wanted to do with these is if I'm driving and I'm side scanning, okay, I find a rock pile here, boop, make a rock pile waypoint, I can turn, walk up to the front, and be able to have the map up there and see where that waypoint is without going over and dropping a waypoint buoy or going over it again to find the spot, or taking this unit like I did before and have to turn it around to the front and look at that, even though it's about, you know, 7, 8, almost 10 feet to the front up there, difference between the two. And a lot of times that doesn't make a whole bunch of difference, but when it does, it really counts. So the reason why I told you guys I'd go over this, the reason why I went with the Helix 9's is I was going to go with the Helix 10s, but then they came out with the Gen 2s. So I went this bigger screen, and then this one has 360 imaging capability. I don't have a 360 imaging transducer, that costs a lot more money. So I am just got these right now, and I'm going to see if this is going to work, because the map picked this up right now, and I'm gonna go see if the front map works here. See if the GPS has found us, and hope so, because I'm gonna see if this thing works. Alright, here's us on the GPS. We'll go to the back one here. I'm going to drop a waypoint somewhere, and hopefully this works. Alright, here we are on the back one. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to hit mark, waypoint. Alright, that waypoint is dropped and created. We'll go up front, and look at this. That is freaking awesome. Let me zoom in here. Boom, that waypoint we just dropped in the back just showed up on the front here. That's going to be a game changer when it comes to fishing, because a lot of these pressured lakes, especially down here, if you drive over them 2 or 3 times, they're going to know something's up. And they already know you're there, they're just used to boat traffic. So if you can hit that and see how far you away from them, away from that rock pile, pull up there, you know, 15, 20 yards away, they don't even know you came back, shoot some casts in there. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Apologize for it taking so long, you know, 3 days to make, but it was a lot of work. And sometime in the next 2 weeks we're going to go over all this, the power poles, the rod lockers. We're going to give a full boat tour of my Skeeter, and hopefully next week we can start catching some fish, pre-fishing for a tournament. So I want to thank you guys for watching Preston Outdoors.